Yes, Chief. Welcome to Net Swap, the only place where you get the latest updates on sports and anything that's going on in the world. How have you been, Mr. Team?
I've been good, man. Just want to welcome people, encourage them to subscribe to this beautiful podcast.
Yes.
This is where we keep them updated and have, some interesting conversations on things happening in the world of sport and also things just happening in this beautiful planet we called our world or our home.
Absolutely. And even before we go far, let us just start on a high note. We are actually recording this podcast right after the 100 meters men's finals. So the Paris Olympics is going on. And we have just witnessed Noah Lyles scoop his first ever Olympic gold medal for Team USA. What were your thoughts when that race began, while it was in the middle and at the end? What were you thinking throughout? And who did you have your cards on?
Coming into these 100 meters finals, and the 100 meters race,
Yeah.
I was rooting for my countryman, Mr. Ferdinand Omanyala. I
Yes.
remember during the opening ceremony, one of the commentators massacred his name and called him
Omanyampala. Yo, it is Ferdinand Omanyala. Can you imagine if it was LeBron
Omanyala.
James and somebody said something funny, Le Brigvido?
I know.
You know,
It
it would have been national news.
anyway.
Yeah.
So my coming into the Olympics, I think he was, especially to be precise, 100 meters.
Yeah.
I was really banking on him because he's the first person to represent 254.
Yes.
So he did good on the heats.
Uh-huh.
I think he was number 1 or 2.
Uh-huh.
Number 1 in his heats.
Yeah.
And then semi-final, man, he was put among the Lions, the Keishan Thompson, Lacey.
Wait.
Was just,
Especially now that you're saying about that, let me just, sorry to interrupt. I was shocked with that heat. That heat was hot. Like, they put the best of the best in that heat. I feel like Lyles had a very easy heat. I don't know. I don't want to say it was easy or stuff. He could have made top 3 at least in there. But anyway, keep going.
in Lyles' race, right?
Yeah, that heat was hot.
So I'm a bit banged with that, but I'm proud of him to take our country to that big stage. We just keep on rooting for him because remember he had the second best time in the qualifying race to the Olympic. It was 9.7 something, right? 9.78. 9.77. So
wait, it was 9.79, and then Keishan Thompson is the one who had 9.77.
So if he had 9.79 and Noah Lyles just won the finals with 9.78.
Yeah.
So you feel me? I think he was just that close. I can attribute that to so many factors, but also that was a big stage for him, just to be there and to carry the flag of your country is just something that we salute Omanyala for, and I'm proud of him.
So one thing, continue, finish.
Mm-hmm. So now Omanyala exit in the semifinals, and then we have Keishan Thompson, we have Noah Lyles. I think the race, the biggest competition was between the two, and as I was watching the initial stages, Thompson started that race well. He started good.
Yes.
But deep down somewhere, I think Lyles just came in and he was like, you know what? I'm not losing this. I have to be the champion of the world, because if I don't, everybody's going to come at me and I'm not ready for that. So he gained incredibly in the middle, I think around 50 meters towards the finish line. He gained incredibly, and if you watch it closely, they hit the finish line pretty much almost the same time.
I thought it was the same time.
By the time the race ended, yeah, to me, I felt like Keishan won. I don't know, because I was leaning towards him more than Lyles.
Yeah.
But I give Lyles, man, he deserve it. He's been hustling and digging for this, and I think he deserved the moment. I don't know
Uh,
about you. Tell me, why do you think they picked Lyles over Keishan? Who according to you crossed the line first?
yeah, so the thing is, for me, number one, just like you, we have to root for our home guy, Mr. Ferdinand Omanyala.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, there's something about the big stages that usually, I don't know if it scares him or he just doesn't perform as well as in the local stages, you know? Like in the hits, he did so well. He does well in like other leagues, the leagues that he goes and participates in Europe, Africa and stuff. He performs exemplary. But there's just something, once he has the big names, I don't know if it's intimidation, I don't know, it's like, you know, there's just something about Fedio Omanyala whenever it comes to the big leagues. But anyway, he didn't make it. And I think Kishen Thompson is the one who won that heat. And I was actually then rooting for this guy because I feel like he's the guy. I felt like Kishen is the guy who might, you know, maybe put a good record out there, you know, because he had the best time in the world this year, which was 9.77.
Mm-hmm.
See? But, man, after watching that final, actually when it ended, I knew he won. I knew Lyles got silver and Carly got bronze. But then the names come up and I'm like, this
and
guy
is number one.
Yeah, and he's like, he's won by 5,000. They said something like 5,000 of a second. So what I was looking at it and they were saying they don't look at your foot because clearly Kishen Thompson's foot stepped on the line fast, but it is whose torso, like this upper body, whose part crosses the line fast. So that lean, that's why you see most athletes lean to the front. Man, but I must say, Lyles won. I can't say it was biased or it was stolen or anything because these are professionals. They've been doing this for years and years. They know exactly how to rank who is one, who is two. And they did all their reviews before they posted the names up there. I feel like it was a long time coming for Noah Lyles. And I don't know. I feel like he's one of those Muhammad Ali type of athletes. Those who will speak and put it into existence. Because, you know, he has now confirmed who is actually the world champions of what.
Exactly. I mean, it was going to be pretty interesting because, you know, the U.S. basketball is in Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would have not gone down in his books very well if the U.S. basketball, from the games we've watched so far, they pretty much seems as the best team in the Olympics currently, and they are poised to get the gold medal.
Yeah.
So if that team would have won and then he would, you know, went ahead and got a silver, you know, they have some bad blood between them. The basketball players, and so I'm glad. I think that's what making me happy for him because I feel he's a great athlete. He's an incredible guy, and despite me not a fan of how he hype himself that much, I think that confidence is what fuels his steam jet and enable him to, you know, do whatever he needs to do. Because even during the introduction, you saw when everybody was being introduced, even the commentators were like, we've seen Bolt at his prime. Even Bolt never came into the track the way this guy came in. He was hyped up, he was jumping and running all the way across, and, you know.
But
I think that's just
why does it piss you off? Why does it piss you off? Like, that is his style. That is his mantra.
I didn't say it pisses me off. I just said I'm not a huge fan of it.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't say it pisses me off. I'm just not a huge. I feel you can do it, but at this point, I feel like probably he's kinda overdoing it, but that's him, man. I'm not taking anything away from him. He deserves it. This is his moment, and salute big time to this guy.
Yeah.
He walked his talk.
Yes. And
That's how I can summarize it.
Yes, and I would highly say, if he didn't walk his talk, then I would agree with you he's overdoing it. But if somebody does this, because even everyone who is a big talker, everyone will always not root for you. People will kind of expect you to lose. But man, when he crossed that line and the names came up and he took that name out of his chest and lifted it up, I said, okay. I don't know. I didn't expect that he will win it, but I just found myself clapping, There's just that feeling of, he really did it.
Yeah, there's that. I think him just being on the forefront and being that vocal, kind of puts him a target to everybody who likes him and hate him at the same time. So that's why I'm saying that's what making me be happy for him, that at the end of the day he managed to prove everybody that, you know what, I'm the best. I'm not only the world champion now, I'm the Olympic champion.
Yes.
So you better take it to the bank, because I'm not going anywhere. I'm the man of the moment. And salute to the king, man.
Beautiful.
You deserve it.
Beautiful.
And talk of the 100 meters. Yesterday, in the women's 100 meters, history was made, bro. I don't know if you saw that.
Hey.
But her name is Alfred or something.
Alfred Julien Alfred.
Julien Alfred made history yesterday at the Olympics.
Yep.
As the first female to bring a gold medal to St. Lucia country. I didn't even know there's a country called St. Lucia, man, but at the end of the day, we're here now.
Yeah, and it's not just like the first female to bring an Olympic. Like, that is the first ever medal that country is holding on anything. So she's the first, and I'm not gonna lie. All eyes were on Sha'Carri. However, I must confess, when I saw that second heat where Sha'Carri came in second, and saw the margin at which Alfred Julien left Sha'Carri with, I started to have my doubts. I said, it's something. This lady took it personal. I think in her mind, she said, whether people like it or not, I'm taking this thing home. I must take this goal, because even the way she ran,
she did it convincingly.
She had a personal agenda.
If you go to our Instagram page, there is that photo. I think that is the photo of the tournament for me. That where she's celebrating, it's just beautiful. Those who have not seen it, they should go to our Instagram page. It's
Julien Alfred?
I like. Yes.
I have not seen that photo. Let me just look at it right now. Because I thought the photo of the year is that fisherman, not fisherman. That guy who was surfing and he froze on top of the air.
The reason as to why this for me holds a different touch a different nerve is because this is the first gold medal to this country, bro. This is a very young country that just celebrated their 45th independence the other day. And they've never won any Olympic medal, and their first medal was a gold medal. So this is just, it not only doesn't go down in the Olympic history, it also go down in the country's history. That's why I love this photo. I mean, so far, this is my favorite photo.
I don't see that photo. I'll look for it. I don't see it. Maybe I'm not on the account.
Check.
Maybe I'm not on the right account.
Yeah, so far that's my photo of the tournament, because of what that moment feels. Yeah. And I'm not from St. Lucia, I'm not even a fan of. I didn't even know that country existed until yesterday.
Yeah.
But because of the moment because of what that moment writes in the historic books,
Yeah.
that's my favorite photo so far.
Yeah.
So congratulations to the winners in the both men and women 100 meters. Now we are focusing our attention to the 200 meters. Noah Lyles is seeking a double. Alfred also will be seeking a double. I don't know if Keishan Thompson will redeem himself. I don't know if Shakari is going to redeem herself, but we wish them all the best. It's gonna be a fireworks at the 200 meters.
No, but without even any say, I would confidently tell you, 200 meters is Noah Lyles B1. 200 meters is his game. He has expressed fear on the 100 meters. He calls the 100 meters his side, but his main is the 200. So, Chief, I have no worries with the 200 meters. I am confident that
any doubt on it.
He will pull it. You look doubtful though.
No, I'm not. At this point, after I've watched the 100 meters, one thing I'm not gonna underestimate him, because if he can regain the distance that Thompson gave him just within 50 meters, then what about 100 meters that exist in that 200 meter mark? So that's why I'm not giving him. I'm not trying to rule him on that, but at the same time, it's just gonna be interesting. I can't wait for that battle, because it's gonna be interesting to just see. This is a long stretch, and your speed and resilience is what's gonna make you eventually emerge the winner. So, to me, I think it's still an open race. I wouldn't just conclude that Noah Lyles is gonna take it. It's an open race for me. I can't wait for it.
So,
now that Olympics are on, and we've seen pretty good performance so far. But I think part of the teams that we once talked about was the South Sudan. Man, they were eliminated yesterday, but they also are going down in history as one of South Sudan basketball team.
Yeah.
As one of the team that came in as underdogs and really disapproved what people thought of them. Do you think they deserve to be celebrated, or it's not good enough them being eliminated at this stage?
No. The fact that they are already on that stage, South Sudan should be acknowledged. South Sudan should be celebrated.
Mm-hmm.
And even the coaches.
Mm-hmm.
And last time we talked about this, they have a backstory. These people don't even have a basketball indoor court in their own country. Yeah. In fact, Rwanda hosted them like about 2 months to the Olympics so that they can train in an indoor court. Learn how the court is so that you don't trip. These people have been training outside and stuff like that. As we speak, just because they made it to the Olympics, this is the first time they're actually trying to now build a real indoor stadium, an indoor basketball court in Sudan. First ever. Because of what they did. They should be acknowledged. I don't think there is any other two way about it.
Yeah, hats off to that country. They made our continent proud, and I'm proud of them. I will always be a huge champion and a huge supporter of that country. Whatever they did in the pre-Olympic games and even during the Olympic games, I think that to me that was just quite historic for them. Which we won't dwell so much in that.
Yeah, but let me just bring a twist to this. Talking of that. There's another country that is also doing really well in the basketball, but this is now when it comes to the women's basketball. Nigeria. Let me tell you what Nigeria did. Nigeria beat Australia and the world was shocked. This morning, Nigeria beat Canada to qualify to go to the quarterfinals. First ever like, I think it's in like 20 years or something. They have never made it, but now they are, I think, the first African women's basketball team going to the quarterfinals. They beat Australia. They beat Canada. But I have a beef with NBC Sports. I have a small beef with NBC Sports.
NBC, they're about to put you on notice. Okay, go ahead.
No, because, but this beef might go in two ways. Number one, today's game, Nigeria versus Canada, it is blacked out. I am trying to watch the highlights on YouTube and stuff. Nowhere to be seen. But when it is a team where the USA has swept something, Noah Lyles just raised 30 minutes ago. It's already on YouTube. But Canada and what is this team? Canada and Nigeria. We are not seeing that. Look, if you look at YouTube, that match happened early in the morning, almost 5 in the morning. Is someone in the social media team sleeping, or are they just... I feel like, and that's not the only case. If you're very keen, there are some teams that are just blacked out. Some sports, it's like they are non-existent to NBC Sport. This is the Olympics. It is a worldwide. I understand NBC is an American franchise. It is for America, with America, all the time. But even when I was watching some of these heats, we were barely shown all the athletes. You know how they introduce the athletes? They only focus on one athlete. And I was like, yo, the person I was watching with, I was like, yo, Omanyala is next to this guy. Why can't they just pan? They are not panning, my friend. They are not panning. It is. I feel like that thing personally. It's kind of. It's an Olympic sport. Olympic is worldwide. Show everyone. The fact that even when Kenya was walking into the Paris and when making entrance, that's when they cut to commercial. That's when they bring something else. They put your screen to be very tiny in the corner. I understand, yeah, maybe we should do better. Also, I think that's why I was telling you the other day about media. And I feel like African media should be up there. They should also have the equipment, have everything. When there's events like this, even if they can't have the equipment, they should get some, how you get signal from like NBC to stream in your country and stuff. Once it's done, take it upon you, let your people see the highlight. But I might be speaking too soon, because maybe if you are in Nigeria, maybe it's just because we are in the United States right now, so we can't get access to such links. But on YouTube,
the full focus is on. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what you think about.
I can't really talk much about on why NBC is doing that, but just to be the devil's advocate, I think their main role is to market the athletes and to tell the world how good the athletes are.
Tell the world? Wait.
Hold
up. Tell the world or tell the people of America? Because what are they telling the world?
I don't know. I can't really talk much to why they do that. I'm just speculating. But yeah, that's a huge challenge to even us, and that's why we're here. That's why we are growing these kind of platforms, so that maybe in future we can change that narrative and build on our own. Hopefully we grow to that level where we can also tell our own stories our own way. Because I believe whatever we are seeing is them telling their own story to the best way they can.
Which they're doing a good job.
And which they're doing a good job. So I think that's just something to learn from and something to challenge us and to bring these kind of spaces that we are in, like Neswishwath, to tell our own stories, to tell the stories that we deem, and to bring that fairness as well, because it seems like you're pushing for fairness. I'm not saying they're not fair. I'm just speaking on us and what we decipher from everything that we see around the world. It's the perspective you see. And I feel like that's a challenge to us and just a motivation for us to grow in order to tell the story differently from how we think the story is being told. Yeah. But in as much as we say all that and this, I think we also have to give it to the American team. We have this young, down to earth, and by down to earth I mean her physique, the greatest of all time gymnast, is it gymnast?
Gymnast.
Gymnast. Her Majesty, the Queen, Simone Biles. Simone Biles. I know this is, and every time I talk about Simone, I'm touching a very soft spot in your heart. But whatever we've seen this young athlete achieve on it's, you can't even describe it. At this point, she's above her peers, head and shoulders. She has no competition. Every day she goes there and she's telling the world, I'm trying to disapprove myself. I'm trying to beat myself. The person I was last time is not the same person I am today. I lack words to this. Let me give you, she's your everything. So let me just give you this chance to shower her and give her flowers.
Yeah, there's not much that can be said about Simone Biles. Many commentators have come on record, if you watch the Netflix documentary, and they said she's the only one who, whenever she steps on that mat or that vault, people run out of words. You don't know what else to say because it will always wow you. I watched when they were competing against this other lady called Andrade, the Brazilian. And I saw the Brazilians hit the mat. And I was like, there is nothing. I was scared for Simone. I was shaking in the corner of my couch. And I was saying,
I remember you gave me a panic call.
Yeah. And I said, I don't think there's anything Simone can do to outdo that. That lady has done it all.
Yes.
She didn't trip. She didn't fall. She didn't go out of bounds. She was perfect. What can Simone do? And I just look at Simone. She sat in an angle. I don't know if you saw that photo. She was in the zone. And then, all of a sudden, they called her to the mat. Oh, Simone. Oh, and Simone Biles. The first jump, all my panic was gone. She healed all my fears. I had nothing to worry about. Simone. Simone Biles made my day. That girl is the true definition of an athlete. Especially given the fact that she stepped out of the Olympics in Tokyo. And everybody, people are mad. People are always mad about very small details.
Remember when these Olympics started, she twisted her ankle.
Exactly. Let me tell you, the day she was warming up and her ankle had like a fracture, they had to tape it up. I was scared, but she still competed and won the Team USA gold. And I was like, who is this person? I don't know if it was fractured or we don't have the details, but there was something with that ankle. There was something that happened in that warm up.
What we are sure, she was not 100%.
No, but she didn't get silver. She didn't get bronze.
Gold all the way. And she came out and made a statement. In one of, when she was receiving gold, she came with a goat
necklace.
Chain.
Yeah.
Yes. Just to embody, to coronate herself and tell the world that yes, I'm the one. I'm the greatest of all time. And do you think, and for the longest, I feel like people misconstrue that to think that somebody is being proud. To me, I feel there's a certain stature once you achieve it, you already know you're the greatest. Like Simone Biles, she has nothing else to prove. She's done it all.
And let me tell you, as much as she had that GOAT and people are saying, oh, she's proud and stuff, she deserves to be proud. And she's not the one who called herself GOAT. Everyone have begged her. We have begged her. Please, you are the GOAT. You are the GOAT. In the gymnast, you are the best we've ever seen. To a point where she says, okay, what she did yesterday was accept the name. And she put on the necklace and said, this is it. I am your GOAT. I have accepted the name. And she deserves it.
And I know. Yes.
Simone Biles.
I think these are the things that we sometimes take for granted.
Yeah.
Especially the generation we live in. These are moments we take for granted, because when you listen to the generation that came before these guys, the Muhammad Ali's of the days, the Mike Tyson of those days,
yes,
the Michael Jordan of those days, we were not there to witness them actualizing their status.
Yeah.
And we are here idolizing them and giving them their flowers, when in reality, I'm not saying they don't deserve those flowers. I'm just saying it is in these moments that we just have to sit back and say, Simone Biles, you're the GOAT. And we don't care whether, we don't want to wait and celebrate you when you're wrinkled and toothless.
Yeah.
No. Take your flowers right now and go with them, because you gave us something that we've never seen in this world.
Yes.
And it's a moment, it's a privilege that we get to see. And some people the people who will come to give her flowers would wish, like we now wish we saw Muhammad Ali.
Live,
we wish we saw Jordan play and say he's the GOAT.
Yes.
So I feel like we should not wait for that moment for a different generation to come give her flowers. This is the time, this is the moment we should give her flowers this time, because this lady has given us a privilege to watch, to experience her greatness. And she's the GOAT, man. You can't say anything else. She's the greatest of all damn time.
That said, let me throw a spanner into the works.
Yes.
Is it over for her now? Should she now go and sit and say, I have retired, enough is enough? The next Olympics she'll be 31. This lady has done it all. There is nothing more to prove. Even in one interview, she was talking about how Andrade, the Brazilian, is coming in so hot, and she's tired of competing in such a level. She feels like her time is now. Do you think her time is now? Should Simone Biles resign? Not resign, but should she retire from gymnastics? Maybe be a coach or something.
I think I'm not the one to make that decision for her.
Yeah. I'm not saying make.
Lies. Yeah. All I'm just trying to say is, as a fan, of course, I want to see her come in, do it over and over again, and wish that this never ends. We just see Simone Biles all the way.
No, buena.
But at the same time, it depends on how she feels. I think because of what I've seen, and having had the privilege to watch her every single time she steps onto that stage, and give us a show like we've never seen before. Whatever decision she says today, I'm comfortable with that, because I've lived, I've seen, and I've enjoyed that moment.
Yeah, I totally listen. Okay,
she retires.
I totally understand, but I just want to say, if it is in your perspective, now assume you are in her shoe, looking ahead. What else do you have to prove? Do you think you would have said
those? No, I don't think she has anything else to prove. That's all I'm trying to say. And whatever that's
so she can go
basically
rest.
What I'm trying to say is
she can go rest.
Whatever she decides, man, she has my respect.
But Simone Biles, always wowing us, always doing the greatest.
Doing you. Yes.
Okay, like as much as I personally, I would not want for her to retire, to be honest. I still want to see more of her. And man, there is so much tension that comes with being Simone Biles. There's so much because it's like the whole world was waiting just for her.
You're carrying the whole weight.
Yeah.
Yes, the whole weight of the whole world is. Yeah.
Yes. And man, if Simone, I'll speak to Simone personally. If you feel like you have nothing more to prove, if you feel like you want to go rest, relax in your new furnished home in Texas and just be you, do you, build an empire, you have my permission. Do what you want. But if you feel like you have one more, you wanna still push it like LeBron, who am I to say no?
Exactly.
But one thing I always say,
I think
one thing I always say, a good dancer, one who has the best moves, the best dancer,
must know when to leave.
Must know when to leave the dance floor. Don't leave when people are like, ooh, what did she do now? It is the 2034 Olympics and oh, everyone is holding their head.
From where I come from, yes, there's that narrative that a good dancer should know when to leave the stage. But from where I come from, it takes nothing out of his legacy. Whether she lived in 2019 too, when it doesn't take anything away from her legacy. She's the greatest of all time. Period.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, that said, did you wanna add something, or I can move on to another hot topic I have here?
Just bring me something.
Yeah. Now, before we even go very far, I want us to take a quick detour out of Paris. We've been in Paris since this podcast began, so we want to switch a little bit and go to Cleveland, Ohio, where yesterday another big event was happening, and I have beef with you, which we are going to sort right now. But yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just watching this,
do you want it to? Let me ask you, this beef, do you want it medium rare, well done? How do you want it?
We shall see. We shall see how long it will stay in the oven.
Okay.
But listen, yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, history was made in, not history, but something spectacular happened in Cleveland, Ohio. No, it can't be history when somebody was already fighting and is coming back. That's not our history. That is spectacular event. It will be history if a 90-year-old person who retired came back to fight. See, this is why I don't agree with this man. But anyway, listen. I'm addressing the Netflix Worth subscribers.
I'll school you a little bit.
Spectacular event happened in Cleveland, Ohio. When after almost, when was WrestleMania? April, May, June, July, August, September, October. We are in? Almost 4 months.
August.
Yeah, May, June, July, August. Yeah, 4 months. After 4 months of missing the tribal chief, everyone was expecting Jimmy to be the one to come back. Everyone was expecting. Nobody was waiting for Roman's return in summer. Real wrestling fans know nobody was expecting Roman to return. This thing was to come slowly.
Point of correction.
What correction?
Point of correction. Not everybody. You were the. I was.
No.
Because as far as I'm concerned, and according to my knowledge, I messaged you before even the SummerSlam started.
Because you saw rumors.
That tonight.
Because you saw rumors.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight. Just confirm to the people. What did I tell you?
I will read. And it was a question, a very dumb question. Let me tell you. This guy has no knowledge on WWE. And he said, let me see.
Hypothetical question. Do you know what a hypothetical question is?
Oh, I know what a hypothetical is. I'm looking for your text.
Let me save you. I still have that text on my head. I sent you a hypothetical question. Chief. Or I said Ondiek. Ondiek in this context mean leopard. Chief. Tonight at SummerSlam, the tribal chief, the head of the table, will make his return? ? That was a hypothetical question.
Ondiek,
what was your
when
answer?
the tribal chief make his return tonight, and I told you no. Tonight we see the return of Jimmy Uso.
Jimmy. So I predicted it. I called it.
You didn't predict. You didn't know. You didn't know.
How did? Why?
There's no way. There's no way.
People, why did I pick on the tribal chief?
Chief, there's no way you will ask me something like, hey, is the boss coming in today? And I tell you, I'm not sure. Then when the boss comes, you say, I told you it's coming. How is that a prediction?
Do you know the meaning of a hypothetical question?
It doesn't need an answer.
Exactly. And it means whatever they are saying is what they are thinking.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question first before we continue.
No, answer me. Do you agree? Do you agree that whoever is
posing
this hypothetical question, whatever they
that is what you thought. I agree.
What they are saying.
I agree.
Thank you. You've already answered me. Okay, continue.
No, Chief. Anyway, the whole world. Why was the Pope extraordinary?
Why was say yourself?
No, let me tell you. A lot of things happened in SummerSlam, and I will break them down. Dominic Mysterio turned on Rhea Ripley. It was expected. Finn Balor turned on Damian Priest. It was expected. People were just waiting for that. Nia Jax and the Money in the Bank, Tiffany Stratton. People were waiting for Tiffany to cash in while that match is going on. It happened. Nobody saw Roman coming back. Nobody. That's why it got the loudest pop.
I saw it.
You didn't see.
Don't say nobody. I saw
you
it.
Didn't see. You just thought. You were thinking, bro. You were just thinking like, okay, if I ask you, hey, will The Rock be in Raw tomorrow? I'll say, bro, what is he even coming to do? But then, if apparently,
let me quote the Bible for you. Whatever a man thinketh, so he is. Whatever I thought, you guys were thinking of Jimmy. I thought of Roman Reigns, and that is what I believed. I called it. And you, who is a staunch follower of WWE,
you are the only.
You've been watching. How
listen,
you didn't see this?
You are the only one who thought Roman will come back. One, it was too soon for him to come back. If you ask me, this thing needed to be brewed more. But anyway, I could not believe you kept calling me, and I am acknowledging my tribal chief. You are calling me.
It's going to happen, and you didn't. You didn't believe.
No. You did not say. You just asked. It was okay. So if he didn't come, what? Okay, let's assume he didn't come yesterday. Let's assume the tribal chief never came back.
Yet he came.
No, let me ask you. If he didn't show up, let's assume Jimmy, or let's assume it ended peaceful with no Roman, no nothing. Do you wanna say you will still have said, oh, I predicted he will come, but he didn't come? You would have kept quiet and said, oh, I wasn't sure, I was just asking. There's no way you can ask a question, and then when your question comes to pass, you say, I predicted. Are you a false prophet?
That's why. Do you know why they introduce a hypothetical question? To get away with that uncertainty. Go do more research. As you're doing more research on how WWE.
There is no research I need on WWE. Let me tell you something. I have watched WWE more than you.
Yes.
I have followed it more than you have. I have broken relationships because of WWE. Anyone who knows me in my life knows I love WWE. So whenever there is anything to do with WWE and them, we have to discuss. Are you available on this day? I know there is a pay-per-view going on. And people know that. So there's nothing you're telling me I need to research. Yesterday's Roman's return was spectacular. Why? Because nobody saw it happen. Nobody saw it coming. You
don't say nobody when I told you this is going to.
I wish people could vote.
This away from you. Let them vote. Put it there.
Nobody saw Roman come back at SummerSlam.
You. I saw it. You can say nobody yet. I told you before he came back.
You didn't tell me. You said, hey, Roman will become. Nah, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, this man went ahead and sent me a tweet of Jimmy Uso, Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, and Paul Heyman, spotted backstage in SummerSlam. Where were they then? Why can't you say that was also your prediction? Because now you would have said, I told you there are three. They didn't show up. You were just playing guesswork. You were just playing guesswork. You're like, okay, but hey, I found this online. Oh, this might happen. Oh, this might happen. No, bro. Let me tell you, don't act so all-knowing. Nobody expected Roman's return yesterday.
You and I can sit here and agree that when it comes to a do or die bet, I'm always right. Chiefs versus 49ers, you called me and asked me, Chief, Super Bowl 58 or 50, was it 59? 49ers versus Chiefs. 49ers are taking this thing, and I told you, never bet against Patrick Mahomes. Did it happen or it didn't?
That is different. Bro, never, that is different.
No, just answer me. Did it happen or it didn't?
It happened. But that cannot...
Yesterday, I called you, before even all these things. We were not even talking about SummerSlam. But I just sat and analyzed how things were going and saw everything. And I called you and asked you, bro, I texted you with a hypothetical question.
Which you are guessing.
For me to send that, whether I was guessing or not, I had seen it.
No.
I read everything, and every sign read led me to believing that tonight, the tribal chief, the man of the hour, the head of the table, is going to be back. And I gave you that. Had you put that on a bet slip, my friend, right now you'd be driving a Lamborghini.
No, I like a G-Wagon. But anyway.
Yes.
That aside.
Anyway, you were saying something before we said all this. You were saying something. And I want to corner you in this thing.
Yeah.
Continue with this SummerSlam.
A spectacular event happened and Roman Reigns made his return to assist Cody Rhodes, beat Solo Sikoa, and actually retain the championship. That was an event like no other. Yes. SummerSlam. Now we have Roman Reigns back. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is, if maybe you don't watch WWE lately, and I was arguing with this person who I'm trying not to understand yesterday. Lately, WWE has changed its format where there is no more just fight, win, end of story. I remember during the McMahon era, and I was telling you this, WWE was all about, let's go to the ring, we will meet in SummerSlam, we will meet in Hell in a Cell, we will meet in WrestleMania, end our beef, and then look for a new opponent. But right now, the reason why you see the Bloodline story taking main events, even if it is titleless, is because WWE is investing in storylines. And I can tell you right now, the Bloodline storyline is one of the best storylines in WWE history.
That one I agree.
And every other feud is being created in that category. So if maybe so if maybe you stopped watching WWE because you're like, people just go bounce and stuff. Look at, for example, Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan. What was the highlight of that whole match? It wasn't them falling on the mat. It wasn't them exchanging blows. It was a passionate kiss between Liv Morgan and Dirty Dominic. And you'll wonder, why is that? What does a kiss have to do with wrestling? But if you sit down and follow the story, unlike this man, you will feel where all of this is coming from. So WWE has taken a very unique turn under the Paul Levesque Triple H era.
I agree with you. But I'm sorry to disappoint you, to inform you that you've been following this story, but your analogy to following this story has betrayed your thinking.
What do you mean?
I sat down and analyzed the bloodline. Then on Friday night SmackDown, right? When Cody came to the ring and he was having a one-on-one promo with Solo Sikoa.
Yes.
And Solo Sikoa challenged his title and asked him that at SummerSlam, let's make it the bloodline rule. And Tamatonga came in, Tangalao came in, and Jacob Fatu also came in. And Cody told them, in as much as this is the dumbest idea I've ever made, I accept the bloodline rule match. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, every time the bloodline has gone against the American Nightmare, especially after WrestleMania, which we are coming to that, because I feel like yesterday's script writing is the best and the redemption from what they did in WrestleMania. But that's
which redemption?
Let me finish. Now, after Cody accepting the challenge, you go back to who has been in Cody's corner. The Viper, KO, and sometimes Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
But Solo Sikoa has 4 different people. Cody is less one person.
Yes.
The match they are going against, which is a title contender, they are going against this belt. And this belt, officially, Solo Sikoa is a self-imposed tribal chief.
Of course.
Nobody has acknowledged him. And he's been ruling. He imposed himself, and he's been overthrowing and undoing everything Roman Reigns did as the tribal chief. Now, if you saw how that story ended, there's no way he was going to be rewarded to be the winner to become the WWE champion.
Of course.
There's no way.
That was predictable.
So what made me believe and base my argument that Roman Reigns was going to come back that night was leading into that match, Solo Sikoa had an upper hand as compared to Cody Rhodes.
But Chief,
that means Solo Sikoa would have been the WWE champion.
No, Chief.
So they had to do something. And to do this thing, you can't do it without the person who was already there, the deserving person, who is Roman Reigns.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Roman Reigns did not have to show up yesterday. He did not. Why? Because
to you.
No.
Because you don't follow the story. You don't understand the story.
Okay. Let's assume you're right. Where does Jimmy Uso?
I'm right.
Where does Jimmy Uso stand then? Tell me where Jimmy Uso stands. So what will bring him back?
The reason as to why Jimmy Uso was not the perfect person to come back yesterday was the title was on the line. Jimmy Uso
does not deserve
to get the title.
But he's the one who was injured by the bloodline first. He was the first victim that this new bloodline hurt and sent to the shelf.
That's true. Now you have the reason.
So he should not come back and seek his vengeance.
He will come back.
It will too late.
He's going to come back to help liberate Roman Reigns from the bloodline, the people who are causing a civil coup on the throne. That's Jimmy Uso was a soldier. He was not a leader. He was a soldier. The match yesterday, the main event yesterday, was a threat to the head of the table. And that's why Roman Reigns fit the bill to come back yesterday. If you're following the story, that is the storyline. And that is what you don't understand. You watch this thing and you don't follow that story. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I will not argue with you. Now, with that point that you just said...
Jimmy Uso is a foot soldier. Yes.
With that point that you just said, explain to me, like I'm a baby. You also said something which we need to tackle right now and clear. You said
Yeah.
the WrestleMania script was tampered with a big deal, and it wasn't supposed to be what it was. To me, I feel like that was exactly what should have been in the what is it called, at WrestleMania. Yes, everyone wants bloodline versus bloodline, but the stars were not aligning, bro. There is no way you will say, yo, if there is no way you will just go produce something and say we are not sure if it will sell, but we'll just put it out there. It will be a flop. You are saying at WrestleMania 40, this man was saying we should have had The Rock versus Roman instead of Roman versus Cody. We had a story to finish. This storyline has been there ever since the last WrestleMania in Hollywood. Now they've done this for a whole year, and somebody will just come in 2 months to the day and say, I will be here now at the head of the table. That is not what people wanted. Again, you will say, no, which people? You are the one who didn't want. Explain.
Chief, just like Solo Sikoa, you've just imposed yourself to be my spokesperson. Why are you reporting what I didn't say? This is what, even if you follow the storyline, the script writing storyline of WrestleMania, they wanted The Rock versus Roman Reigns. That was the card that was on the table. But for that match to happen, you have to go back in Royal Rumble, and you have to bring in The Rock to fight in the Royal Rumble so that he can win to face the winner, who was Roman Reigns, at SummerSlam, at WrestleMania, which they didn't. And now Cody Rhodes went and won the Royal Rumble, which, if you are an ardent fan of wrestling, you know, whoever wins the Royal Rumble becomes the contender in the main event at WrestleMania. So Cody earned that spot. Now, after Cody earning that spot, they wanted to change Cody with a story that didn't make sense. And for a minute, they sold it until people came online and told them, yo, we don't care about whatever you guys have in store for us. We want Cody to finish his story. And the wrestling scriptwriters, just like you, were twisted into accepting Cody back to the event. So this is my point, that WrestleMania scriptwriting, they fumbled a bit until people called their bullshit. But whatever they did yesterday, that was a hammer. They hit the nail on the head with that hammer. So that was a redemption from the scriptwriting that they tried to sell to us back in WrestleMania. That was my point. I don't know if you're understanding me, or you still need me to break it down for you, because at this point I've noticed you were watching wrestling and you know nothing about it. Go do more research on it. Don't look at me like that.
I have no comment on this man. This man, this is the first time I'm talking to about WWE, and I have no comment, my friend. I want to introduce a new segment to this show.
You know I'm right. Before you introduce something, you know I'm right.
Oh, by the way, I have breaking news.
Yes.
But I will tell you. Finish hollering.
Yeah, I just want to ask you, now that you say you are, you know, what next now? The Roman Reigns is back. Is he gonna, was it just a statement he came to make and leave?
No.
Or is he now back?
Now he's back.
Claimed?
There's no way he'll just come and leave again. He's back to add more salt and pepper to this bloodline storyline. And trust me, it's gonna go deep. So this is...
So today, let's make a prediction. This is my prediction. We shall be vindicated down deep down. You say Roman Reigns is back 100%.
Yes.
I have a contrary opinion, and I'm sure it will vindicate me down the road.
Say.
I think Roman is not 100% back.
Okay.
Roman came back to send a message that yes, I'm away. I'm taking an official hiatus. But while I was away, a lot of things have been happening. So he came back yesterday to tell them that you think I'm gone. Because if you followed how Solo Sikoa has been handling himself all the way until yesterday night, he even told Weissman that Roman Reigns couldn't finish whatever they needed to do at WrestleMania. And until Roman Reigns is back, he's going to be in charge. So to me, I think Roman Reigns came yesterday to send a message. He's going to be away for some time.
He's
not too long,
away.
just for some time. Yes. And Solo Sikoa is kind of like haunting Solo Sikoa mentally. Because he doesn't know, okay, where is he? What is he going to do next? Is he going to come after me? Do I need to marshal my troops? And put Solo Sikoa in a panic mode. And then now, maybe after a month or 2 months, that's when he will be back officially to reclaim his land. That's my prediction.
According to statistics yesterday, Jacob Fatu might have hurt his leg. Might have. I hope it's not serious, and I hope it won't keep him on the shelf, because Solo Sikoa needs that idiot. However, no, that guy is crazy. That guy is crazy, and I like him because of his craze. I feel like sometimes he has he creates more fear than Solo himself. Anyway, before I dig deep into that, I want to say this. It's my prediction. Roman is here and he's back. He's free. His new contract has just begun. Now, this is the goal. Between now and Survivor War Games in Canada, it will be Solo building his crew, while Roman unites his original bloodline, which is Jey Uso. Remember, Jey Uso didn't have any match yesterday. Nobody knows what's up with him, and which is so unpopular because he's always in every main event. But yesterday, given that he had no pay-per-view, he had no challenger, you see where this is going. So he is supposed to meet with Jey. He is supposed to have the grand return of Jimmy, and then they might need a fourth person. Now, this is why it might be even more interesting. Because, remember, the big deal here is Roman might have the fourth person at Survivor War Games. And this might be Dwayne Johnson, The Rock.
The big boss.
Yes. However, I must say, one of them will turn on the other. So that they can now perfectly, unlike the mistake they did this year, start brewing their beef for WrestleMania 41. Yeah. So that's my prediction. Right now, Roman will be here to stay. He might, I don't think he'll show up this coming, because he's part-time. However, I'm sure he will come back, collect his gang. Solo this weekend, maybe he might challenge him to face-to-face, stuff like that. Let's meet at Survivor War Games, which will be in, at least they have time for that, to prepare and build. So it's, and Roman, the main reason he's back, bro, this is cinema, and he's the main actor in this cinema. So he's back to brew this thing, make it work perfectly, and have everything 100%. Anyway, that's said and done. I'm gonna cut to the chase with a new segment, which I know you are surprised which segment is this. I'm going to, you think I might go and portray your image in a bad way. No, we are gonna call this segment Keep It Real, and the real is REEL. Keep it real. So there are some reels that we shared, and we're just gonna talk about them. Not more than a minute, but we're just gonna talk about your point, my point, as we move on, because there is a lot of reels we share throughout the week. The first one, there's this picture you sent me of Anthony Edwards dunking, photo-gridded with Michael Jordan dunking. Do you think he's beating the allegations?
No DNA needed.
No DNA needed.
No DNA needed.
Why are they so?
That is
Why are they so? Why do they resemble each other so much?
Because the word on the street out there is Jordan back then did some things here and there, and you can't blame him.
Of course, with his
He was
fame
the
and
goat
stuff,
both on and off the field, yeah. And Anthony Edwards too.
Yeah.
We haven't had any, or nobody has solidly come out to proclaim that he's the dad.
Mm-hmm.
That photo does not beat any allegation, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna share that photo right here in this thing, and then
that photo is as guilty as charged.
Another one on keeping it real. There was this video you sent me of Simone Biles while he was, I think, almost, I would say about 4 or 5 years old, doing the gymnastics, and he's upset. She was upset. Man, this person, she was built from scratch.
Yes.
Oh, you have no comment on that? Oh no! I just wanted you to. It's just we're just keeping it real.
That whatever I saw in that video, Simone Biles developed her competitive greatness at a tender age, and that's why she's where she is today. That video tells you everything you need to know about her. When she went there and didn't do the right thing, she was mad at herself.
Yeah, and I will say
just say.
And one thing I will also say, I feel like, you know, sometimes when you say, oh, how do you know what you are born for? How do you know what you are supposed to do in the world? I feel like she was born for this. Like, I don't see anything else that Simone Biles will be doing after watching that video. Yeah. And on another funny note here, let me see. Yo, you've not been sending me funny reels this week. There's this rugby matchup where people were being smoked before going into the field.
Oh,
and they had to inhale the smoke, cover the smoke. However, I feel bad because sometimes if this was an African team, everyone would quickly relate it to witchcraft. It would, it would have been banned in sports. But I don't know. I don't know what you think of that.
If you're familiar with the Native American community, Native, the Samoans, those people from the island, the Fijians, those guys, they believe so much in banning incest.
Yeah.
And they believe that's like a cleansing thing. It cleanses you, it brings you good luck, it brings you positive energy and all that. So, like you said, if an African does it, it would be
witchcraft.
Why? Especially, exactly. And especially Africans would be castigating Africans that all black magic, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But and I think it just goes back to the culture, because like I said, the Samoans, the Native Americans, their culture is banning incest to bring that positive energy and blessing and all that, and the cleansing aspect. From our aspect, those smoke signals were used for communication or for black magic.
We call it juogi.
Our culture, yes, juogi. Our culture haunts us. That's why we are tainted with that.
I agree with you, and I just wish people understood tradition. So many people I bump to, and I tell them stuff that are so normal to us, and they're like, "What? You mean so?" But that's another topic. That's a topic for another day. Another one on Keep It Real. Travis Scott has officially dethroned Taylor Swift's ticket sales in Italy after selling over 200,000 tickets this year. I don't know if you sent you're the one who we talked with.
You sent.
I sent it to you, and
you sent it to me.
People say that there was like almost an earthquake because of
earthquake.
To be honest with you, and I'll just say this in a low tone, I didn't know Travis Scott had that much influence.
Make sure you edit out this part.
Why?
Travis Scott has huge following.
No way.
Let nobody hear you say that again.
No way.
Let nobody hear you say that again.
I apologize.
That guy has a massive following.
Walk me through.
It's not the first time. There's a time too. He went to, I think, just Europe. He did filled the whole stadium. And it was crazy.
No, okay. The reason I'm saying this is
What?
back to media. Like when Taylor Swift does anything, she's on all publicists' media. She's everywhere. You know, stuff like those. When Beyonce does something, she's everywhere.
No.
But then
You just consume your.
I'm
you're
consuming the wrong media.
Your knowledge selectively. You know, selectively.
Oh,
You
I
just wanna
apologize.
hear- Look at your background. Look at your background. Who's on your background over there?
B,
And over
Queen
here too.
B, Queen B.
Exactly. Why would you?
But I
don't blame you for
Black
not
Panther.
focusing on. Yes, I don't blame you for not consuming Travis Scott in news. Your background betrays you.
I apologize, but I'm just saying, like, when I saw this, I was, you didn't have any shock, like, wow, all this. But listen, I'll try and defend myself by reading some of the comments I'm seeing here before we go to the next one. I'm like, am I the only one that has never heard of his songs, or if I have and didn't know? Have you ever seen that scenario where I know Travis Scott? If you tell me to name like 10 of his songs right now, I will fail. But maybe if you play them, I'll say, I know that one. I know this one. I know this one. I know this one. But I just don't know that, oh, this is the guy, this is who sings. Someone said exactly what I said. Never knew he had that much influence.
Yeah. And those people, and forgive me, I'm sure those people are from a different generation. The people who are commenting that, because I know Travis Scott has a huge following, and they're the Gen Zs. And you know, if Gen Zs are following you, they're following you. They don't joke.
That's true. That is very true. And then I now, as we speak, by the way, just as I conclude on this Travis Scott issue, there's this notion where people are saying the best way to grow your following in YouTube and stuff, start by stuff that are entertaining the toddlers, because as they grow, they grow talking to each other about that one YouTube channel, and then you'll soon have a massive following. That's why shows like Cocomelon and stuff, they have massive following. Anyway, in the Olympics,
just to throw one thing about Travis Scott, if I'm not wrong, and it's a research we have to do. There is this in his song. There's a place where there are words he says, and it's like a McDonald's something. You can ask Jay-Z if you have a Jay-Z around.
Mm-hmm.
It was a trend that every time people used to they go to MacD, they play that verse. And when you play it, the server thinks that you're ordering, yet it's Travis Scott singing his verse.
Oh,
I can't really say the exact. So I remember one time I took my nephews to McDonald's, and they played it, and they got whatever they needed. And I was like, wow, like it was back during COVID time. It was just
no way
at that time, but yeah.
I'm gonna go research on that.
I'll get something. Yeah.
I'm gonna go research
Anyway,
on that.
back to what you're saying.
Yeah,
Keep it real.
another one on keeping it real. I like this segment. This segment is very hot.
Yes.
So, the Olympics has apologized after it played South Sudan's national anthem. I mean, after it played Sudan's national anthem for South Sudan.
Instead. Let me just, and this one out, I'm calling the Olympics. This Olympic is going to go down in history as one that the controversies have outshined what the athletes are doing. Number one, it started with the mockery they did on the opening ceremony.
Oh, that was bad. We'll talk about that's a whole topic.
Yes. Number two, there's an alleged something happened in the boxing world where they say someone who was born male was fighting in the female, and he failed gender identity test.
Yeah.
In the boxing.
Yeah, the Algerian lady. Yeah.
Yes, which is a different controversy. I don't know who's right and who's wrong. And now the South Sudan. I think that was just a punch below the belt to the South Sudanese. And it goes back to the same thing. I think it borders or closer to what you're saying, that when it comes to Africa, nobody pays attention.
And that's what I'm saying. We should have our own media that expounds on what we do out there.
Because imagine if that was the US and you're playing the Canadian anthem. Like, just imagine.
The first thing, they would have cut it immediately. Everyone would have been, hey, USA, USA, you know? Everyone would have, but because, and I don't know how they let it play for so long.
That's what I'm saying. When it comes to Africa, people tend to not pay attention, and it's just sickening, man. Like, these are the small things. The national anthem is something so intimate to people. It is something that you cannot afford to get it wrong. That thing is so intimate. Like, it might not make sense.
That person has one job.
Big stage like the Olympics.
Yeah.
Just one job.
Play the anthem for this right country. Anyway.
That was a punch below the belt.
Most men were waiting for the women's volleyball match between Brazil and Dominican Republic. Why are men all of a sudden interested in volleyball, beach volleyball, between some Caribbean countries? Or you have no comment? You can say no comment and we move on.
I just say we love buns, especially the ones that come in hamburger and hot dog.
Oh,
that's why.
Yeah. So there was also this story about
peaches. You know, peaches is also our favorite fruit.
Oh, it is.
Yes, and that's why we like the Caribbean
games, volleyball,
yes.
Beach volleyball. Okay.
Yes.
Otherwise, there was this story that came up of what you earn when you get gold. Apparently, there's this story I heard about Philippines. If you win gold in the Philippines, let me just double check right now.
Philippines and South Korea. Well, there's one of the Korean countries. Let me also double check. I saw it too.
The reason I'm saying it is because I just heard it there. Okay, so this is what you get. If you win gold and you're from the Philippines, you get 100,000 Philippine pesos. I think that's the cash, their currency. 100,000. Worth of free furniture. So I think that's like one of their biggest furniture store where you just go and get, and if that is converted to US dollars, that's like 1,730 US dollars of furniture only. You also get a lifetime of free ramen, free buffet, and free meals from numerous local establishments. Bro, lifetime. So you will never say, oh, I died of hunger.
You will never sleep hungry.
The only thing you need to do is go with your gold medal. You just need to show up with your gold medal. They give you free ramen, free buffet, free meals from numerous local establishments. So that means, for instance, if you are like in the USA, maybe McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, and Applebee's, free. Yeah, free. You just have to go with your gold and say, hey, I'm a gold medalist. I just needed the 8-piece tender. Also, that's not all. A lifetime.
5 bowls of ramen.
Yeah. A lifetime of free engineering design by Nexa Engineering. I don't know what that is, but
I think do they design your house or what?
I don't know.
That's that's on a different level.
Yeah, but I feel like that's insane.
So it means when you win a gold, they rank. Do they win gold in that country? Why are they offering? Because you can imagine in the US, a country like US, where by the end of these Olympics they will have like, I would say, 20 or even 50 gold medal.
Yeah.
You know. So, do you think that country, do they even win?
They do.
Imagine to offer all these things.
The thing is, they only have one big athlete. Was it one or two? I think two. There is one who was a lady who lifted weightlifting.
Oh.
Yeah, from the Philippines. Yeah, she won the first gold, and then the other one was this gymnast, and he has 2 gold medals. Not two, I think. I think he had one yesterday. But people are saying if he won the second one, he'll be having free food for the rest of his life. And I think they also give you like, I think they also give you like a 2-bedroom mansion or something. However, Singapore has the greatest reward if you win gold. Let me just see. I think it was
$700,000,
something like that. 1 million. That is 737,000 if you win gold, and if you win.
Now imagine.
Yeah, and then 50% if you win of that if you win silver, 25% of that if you win bronze. But guess what?
Now,
their tally as we speak is 0.
Nobody has gold. No wonder they're giving people a lot of money. Cause
can you imagine giving that money to US? The currency might have a...
Because US... That's what I'm saying. Because imagine, like, Team US has 12 people who are going to win gold. You feel me?
Yeah.
So are you going to give all these 12 people 700K? I mean, they have money though, but... And that is just Team US. You haven't gone to swimming, you haven't gone to... Because US is participating in almost all events in Olympics, as we speak.
But yeah, and...
Think of anything out
right
there,
now,
US has an athlete there.
Right now they have like 71 medals. But that's also another thing, because right now they have 71 medals, and some people like Simone have like 3 gold medals. So you wanna say... Imagine giving a 700, that's a lot of money. And I see why US is stuck to 37,000, because that's even a stretch for them. Because all these 71 people will be knocking on White House door saying, hey, we are back with and we need A, B, C, and D. Another one on keeping it real.
Yes.
Most athletes are not staying in the village, and they're booking hotel, especially US athletes and stuff like that. We've seen this lady.
Basketball.
Yeah. So, I believe the government is responsible for you staying in the village, but I think if you choose to go and stay in the hotel, it's up to you.
Yeah, because the village should be a comfortable, universal place for everybody in terms of accessibility. It's free food and all that. But at the same time, it's universal because everybody has to be there. And if you are the LeBrons of this world, LeBron is an A-star.
Yeah, you have to stay with Savannah.
They're not. Yes. You have to, and also there's that comfort. These are people who, when they travel, probably they are going to places like Vegas, they take a whole suite.
Yeah.
And then you're telling them to go sleep in a dome.
In a cardboard bed.
It's pretty decent, but it's like those high school dome that we used to sleep on. It's just a bed with your roommate. You feel me?
Yeah.
To them, it's kind of, man... it brings a vibe that even me, if I was them, if I was in their shoes, I wouldn't.
Do you think it is
They're
pressure?
too big to sleep there.
Do you think it is pressure? Because let's look at an example. Let me just say, I'm not saying any of the NBA players are broke because they have money. These people are loaded. But take an example of someone like Embiid who said, okay, I don't want to spend money. You know, I'm building this project back in Cameroon, so I'll just stay in the village. But then all his teammates, you know, you have that pressure of,
I don't think
all my teammates are in that hotel. I'm the only one in here.
It's pressure.
We meet in the courts.
Which
Fame comes
sure
with
they can pull, because these people are superstar. If you don't want to tell me that if they just go and talk to these big hotels over there and tell them, hey, I'm this, I can market your brand while I'm here. Let me have the most comfortable suite you guys have. Those are things they can get and get away with. You know, because these people are there in for business. So it's not like he can't do it. He can. And he can even do it for free. How many hotels in France want to host LeBron for free?
Oh, that is LeBron. That is LeBron. I'm talking about Tyrese Haliburton.
Same. This guy, he's big. If his agent and his management, they know how to do the PR stuff, I'm sure they can pull something. But like I said, just to go back to the Olympic Village thing, you remember in the bubble, and the Clippers team went to the bubble as one of the favorites to win the bubble championship.
Mm-hmm.
But what stories have we had that the bubble was uncomfortable for them? They were not used to just being in a, you know. So if the bubble, which I think NBA did a very good job to pull, because they were just dealing with a handful of athletes. Imagine the Olympic Village. So sometimes, and I'm just talking in reference to the US basketball team. I know there are other athletes too but some of these athletes, they're household names in their countries. They can't go to the village.
Wow. Anyway, that brings me to the end of this segment called Keep It Real. I hope you enjoyed the Keep It Real segment right here on Net Swish Wow.
It's been real. I appreciate you taking your time. Cheers. And anything that you do, our dear subscribers, as you subscribe and hit that notification button, put God first in your life.
Yes, anything that you do, as my friend Timothy has said, always put God first. This is Net Swish Wow. I'm your guy, man Greg, and I'm hanging out with the
Omosh.
Jacom. Alright, peace, bro.
Yes.